Supply chains are global today in the modern era. It's absolutely essential that one approach any problem related to supply chains in an international manner. And in particular, working closely with the private sector, those actors in that global supply chain, is foundational to having successful outcomes related to improving value chains. As a bit of background, my name is Rob Strayer. I'm the president of the Critical Minerals Forum. We're a nonprofit coalition based out of Washington, D.C., but global in nature, representing the entire ecosystem of participants in those value chains, from miners to processors to manufacturers. Manufacturers include the end users for these critical materials. We're also working with investors in critical minerals projects. Our goal is to help governments address the resiliency challenge, as well as the challenges in having more robust supply chains from more trusted sources. As governments around the world look at the challenges of geopolitics and resiliency, they know that we need to build new supply chains in a more diverse set of countries. But to do so, we need better understandings about the data that's available on prices. For many critical minerals, there's either no actual market for those prices currently for critical minerals, or the way that the markets today exist are so dominated by one particular country and its suppliers that the fluctuations in price are quite dramatic and then basically operate at the will of one monopolist. So the Critical Minerals Forum brings together a number of these corporate and private sector entities to help develop the data that's necessary to have a baseline understanding about the prices, the cost of production, as well as supply and demand for individual critical minerals. Now, over time, we'll see fluctuations in critical minerals price, but it's important to know what the long-term trend is likely to be, and that way we can encourage more investment in these private sector supply chains. So again, my bottom line recommendation to the European Union and to governments around the world is to work closely with the private sector to develop this baseline set of information so that we can play more effectively on cooperative partnerships between government and the private sector to build new supply chains. Sometimes there might be a need for some government financing to assist projects, particularly during times of an economic downturn, but it's fundamental to even develop those projects that you have a commercially viable long-term solution with the private sector. So our forum, based in the United States, but global forum, looks forward to inviting new members from the private sector to help us build these more resilient supply chains over time. Thank you.